Well, hello, Move Easy Movers. Welcome to Move Easy Yoga with Kathy. Today is Tuesday, May 21st, 2024, or whenever you're watching this video. For props today, you're going to need your trusty chair and 2 blocks, either 2 blocks or 2 thick books. Thick books can help, can work. Our focus is going to be on hips and legs. We're going to do some squats just to warn you, and the progressive figure 4 series. But we're going to start in our usual manner with legs up on a chair, putting our lower back in traction. So just to review, your lower legs are on some type of support, a chair, a box, a couch. Just make sure, and if you have short legs like I do, you want to definitely make sure your lower legs are parallel to the floor, not tilted down. And we have another student. Hold on. So legs up on a chair, as I was saying, even to the floor. Your hips are a few inches away from the base of your support because you want your hips to be at neutral. You have support under your head at the level that works for you. Your shoulders, the rest of your body is relaxed. Your arms can be wherever you choose. You can have them straight out. You can have them in cactus pose. You can have them down by your hips. You want to breathe normally. As I said, we're putting our lower back in traction. So this, if you have lower back pain, this is a really good position to be in. And we're going to be here for 7 minutes. So while you're here, and this is the hard part, while you're here, try to think of nothing. Just be. If a thought comes into your head, acknowledge it, say okay, and then let it go on by. And I know that's hard. Even the best professionals work on this constantly, but try to just be. Okay, time is up. So the next thing we're going to do is a cervical rotation. Stay where you are. If you wish, you can curl your tongue under the roof of your mouth. That helps tighten your chin. We're going to move our head from right to left slowly about 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, good job. The next thing we're doing is vagus nerve reset. We're all familiar with this. We're trying to activate our vagus nerve coming down both sides of our skull. So your head is stationary, facing forward. You're just moving your eyes. So, excuse me. All I have to do is think about this and I yawn. It's so weird. Okay, so we'll start on the right. So again, head straight ahead, just your eyes move to the right and wait for a reaction, a sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. What we're doing is resetting our nervous system like you would reset a computer. Once you've had that reaction, and it may, if you're new to this, it may take some time. Once you've had that reaction, your eyes come back to center, looking straight up, and then you move just your eyes to the left. And again, wait for that sigh, swallow, gulp, or yawn. And once you've done that, I want you to go ahead and at your own pace, do this 2 times on each side. And I'll give you a couple of minutes. Okay, finish up. The next thing we're doing is head ramping. So if you want, you can put something else behind your head other than your support. If you want to stay on your support, that's fine too. It's whatever works for you. I like putting a set of therapy balls back there. If you do have something back there, a sponge ball or a set of therapy balls, make sure that you've got them at your occipital ridge. The occipital ridge is the bony part between your ears, runs along your scalp line. This is what we're going to be working on. So what we're trying to do here is remove text neck. If you're like me, you're always looking down at your devices, your phone, iPad, computer, book, whatever, and your head is tilted down, and that really is an unnatural position. So we want to pretend the occipital ridge is right here. What we want to do is we want to press that away from the rest of the body to stretch that part of the neck out. So in this case, we're pressing it towards the floor. You can do this sitting up, in which case you would just press it against your body, away from your body. So what we're going to do is press and hold about 5 times. So press, hold, and release. Now your chin comes along for the ride, but it's the back of your neck that's doing the pressing. And press, hold, and release. And press, hold, and release. If you have something behind your neck, you'll be pressing against that. I can really feel it when I've got the therapy balls back there. And press, hold, and release. And last one, press, hold, and release. Okay. Now on to our breathing exercise. Today we're going to do extended exhale breathing. I like this one because it's actually what we're doing in this whole process is we're trying to relax our nervous system and get our body ready for movement. So this is a very good way to relax. I've used this technique when I can't sleep at night. So basically, you just take a normal inhale through your nose, just like you normally would, and then you make your exhale, try to make your exhale twice as long. Now, what I do to do this, and it helps if you choose to, is you can purse your lips, and that way you can make your exhale longer. I found that works for me. Now, if you can't make your exhale twice as long, try making your inhale shorter. So, for example, you would inhale through your nose, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then exhale through your mouth and or nose if you choose. But I like pursing my lips and like I'm whistling and blowing through my mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I find I can control my air better. So let's do this. We'll do this about 3 or 4 times. So a normal inhale, and just count your inhale. And then exhale. Once again, inhale through your nose and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. It's also a very good breathing exercise to do before you do meditation. Because like I said, it relaxes your whole nervous system. So now we're going to do the vacuum. You can do it with your legs on a chair if you choose. I like to straighten my legs out. It's a personal choice. So you can move away from your couch or your support or whatever, or move your chair away from you. Now, again, you can have whatever, you can take whatever shape you choose. Legs bent, feet flat, legs extended, whatever works for you. We're going to work on our pelvic floor. So what we're going to do is take a normal inhale, like we just did during our breathing exercise, and then whichever way you want, nose, mouth, and or both, exhale everything out of your lungs and hold it out. Now, at the same time you're holding your air out, you want to create a vacuum in your pelvic floor area. So you want to push your belly button down towards the floor so your back flattens, and then create a vacuum. We're going to hold that for the count of 10 and then release. So here we go. Inhale, normal inhale. Exhale everything out of your lungs. Create your vacuum. Push your belly button down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Give yourself a minute to bring your breath back to normal. We'll do this 2 more times. A normal inhale through the nose. Exhale through your mouth and or nose, everything out, empty your lungs. Create your vacuum, push your belly button down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. Excuse me. Give yourself a minute, get your breath back. Okay, one last time. Take a normal inhale. And now exhale everything out. Everything, lungs are empty. Hold it out. Create your vacuum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release. All right. The pelvic floor area is an area that very often gets overlooked. And I find that when I do this exercise, and I have to admit I don't do it every day, and I probably should, it really helps with me, with my urinary leaks. It really does make a difference. Okay. That being said, go ahead and bring your feet up, bend your knees. Your feet are about hip width apart. We're going to do some windshield wipers just to warm up. So start slow and easy and just go a little ways. Now, depending on how your hips feel, and everybody is different, once you've done a few short ones, you can extend it if you like a little further, or you can walk your feet out as wide as your mat and still moving slowly. Move your knees back and forth. You don't need to come all the way to the floor if you don't want to. Everybody's different. Some days my hips are tighter than others. Sometimes they're not. I think it depends on the phase of the moon sometimes. So we're just really warming them up. So it's whatever's comfortable for you. We're just saying, wake up, hips. We're going to do some movement. So this is more free form. We are going to do some hip stuff later with the progressive figure 4. Okay. Now that we've made a start, if your feet were apart, bring them back to hip width apart, knees bent. We're going to do some bent knee leg lifts. Now I'm actually going to, I'm going to set a timer. We're going to move slowly, lifting one leg at a time, keeping the same bend in our knee, and then lifting the other leg. And we're just going to do this for 40 seconds. So you lift one leg, keeping the bend in the knee, and then lift the other leg. I found this is also a great warm-up for the hips, the hip flexors. And I have to remind myself not to speed up, move slowly and purposefully. Just up and down. Here we go. That was 40 seconds. All right. Now the next movement we're doing, just want to make sure I'm on track, is knee drops, which is another hip movement. And again, your feet are hip width apart, knees are bent. So we just drop the knee to the right. It doesn't come all the way to the floor. We don't want to engage the rest of our body if we can help it. So it just comes down as far as is comfortable and then back up. And then the other side goes down and then back up. So again, just like with the leg lifts, we're going to move slowly and alternate legs. And again, you just go down as far as is comfortable. When you feel that first pull, come back up. So again, 40 seconds, moving with purpose. So down and then up. And you may only move a few inches, and that's okay. Everybody's different. You may only move this far, and that's fine. Again, we're just waking up our hips. Just doing some warm-ups here. Oh boy, that went fast. Okay, there we go. 40 seconds there. All righty. So at this point, let's go ahead and come on up to a sitting position. A good way to do this is just to roll over and bring yourself up, but whichever way works for you. We're going to do our regular stretches that we do for warm-ups. So sitting cross-legged is the best. If you have trouble with cross-legged, you can have your legs out if you choose. I have some gals in my in-person class that have trouble with this position, so they're usually out like this. And again, this is a 40-second movement. So start on one side, slide your hand along the mat. The other arm comes up and over. Keep both sits bones on the floor. I like to pretend that I'm leaning against a wall. The back of my hand, my shoulders are on the wall. Now we're going to bring the upper arm down till it's parallel to the floor. Reach for that side wall or corner. Feel a different stretch. Yes. Stretches your back. Arm up. Torso up. Okay. Other side. Hand along the mat. Other arm up and over. Again, pretend that you have a wall behind you that you're leaning against. Be aware of where you're feeling this. I'm feeling it all the way from my underarm to my hip. Now, take that lower arm and make it parallel to your shoulder and the floor and reach with those fingers. Reach, reach, reach. Feel a different stretch. And arm up, torso up. Okay. Now let's switch our legs just for the heck of it. We're going to do a thoracic rotation. Thoracic is your upper back. So this works your upper back and also is a bone builder. So left hand on right knee, your right arm is behind you. You're on your spider fingers. You're on your fingertips. This is actually your support arm. So it goes behind you. And you want to rotate your shoulders to the short end of the mat. Now, when you're doing this, you want to make sure your back is straight. And I have found that it's much more effective if my chin is level with the floor, that I'm not looking down or looking up, just straight ahead. And you have options. If you get bored just doing this, you can move your head from right to left, keeping your chin level. Or you can move your rib cage from right to left. I don't suggest doing both. That's a little much. And there we go, 40 seconds. Come on around. We'll do the other side. So right hand on left knee. Your left arm is your support, so it's behind you. And rotate your shoulders so they're towards the short end of the mat. Keep your back straight, your chin up. Remember your options. And 40 seconds. Come on around. Now, again, let's just switch our legs. Can't ever do that too often. For the third in this triplet, we're going to do some neck movements. So again, this is a 40-second hold total. So we start on either side. Your back is straight. Just put your ear to your shoulder. And I tend to lean, so that's why I'm reminding you, keep yourself upright. And halfway through, we're going to move our head, which is why I'm watching my clock. Okay, now take your nose and rotate your head so your nose is facing the floor. You're still sitting straight up, but you'll feel a different stretch, kind of like when we moved our arm previously. Now nose up and head up. Okay, and the other side. Ear to shoulder. Make sure your back is straight and you're sitting upright. So like I said, I have a tendency to lean when I do that. You don't want to lean. Just be aware of where you're feeling the stretch. I'm feeling it on the right side of my neck since I'm leaning to my left. Now take your nose and rotate your head and point your nose towards the floor. You'll feel a different stretch. Stay upright. Okay. Nose up, head up. Good job. Good job. Okay. Now we're going to try something different. I've been doing this in my in-person class. Now we've done get-ups. This is kind of a get-up. We've done get-ups with a chair, but I discovered a different way to do this, and I think it's a little easier for people who might be physically challenged. I had a couple of girls show up in my class on Saturday that were both physically challenged, and they were able to do this. So we start with a block. I'm going to adjust my computer because we're going to be standing up. And I'm going to move back a little. So what we're going to do is we're going to be using the block to help us go from sitting to standing. So that'll be interesting. So we start on our knees in hero pose with the block in front of us. And then we've got our hands are on the block for support and our hips come up. So we're coming up to full kneeling, but we're leaning forward on the block. I think it's better if I go like this. We're leaning forward on the block. Then we take our right foot and place it forward. And then we take our left foot and place it forward. Now our knees are still down, our hips are still down, our knees are bent. And then you hang onto the block, and with your bent knees, you just rise. And here we are, we're standing. Oh my gosh. Okay, now we're going to reverse that. So we bend our knees and lower our hips and bring the block to the floor. So now we're in the same position we were before. We put one knee down and the other knee down. Now we're kneeling. And then we come back to hero pose. So that's it. We're going to do this 2 more times because this, I believe, is a very good way to come up to standing from sitting. And eventually, hopefully, we won't need the block, but let's do that again. So we're sitting on our feet, hero pose, hands on the block, come up to kneeling. You're leaning forward. Right foot forward, flat. So you're on one knee. Now the other knee comes up, and I find that pushing with my toe helps with that one. So I push with my toe and put the other knee forward. Now my hips are back. My back is actually parallel to the floor. Hang on to the block. Bend your knees as you rise. And up you go. So your legs, your feet are pretty much met width apart. So come down, bend your knees, bring the block down to the floor. Your back is actually level with the ceiling and the floor. Put one knee down and the other knee down, and then come back down to hero pose. So these 2 ladies that showed up, they said, oh, I don't know if I can do this. And I was like, oh, you can do this. And they were able to do it. They were amazed. So anyway, that's my new discovery. Now we're going to do everybody's favorite, squats. So you will want some kind of support, a chair, a wall, something that will support you. Something you can hang on to, makes it easier. And we don't need to come down all the way. You come down as comfortable as you can, as far as you can, comfortably. We're going to do this for 1 minute. So you pace yourself. Take your time. Now for squats, and let's review this because I do this every time just to make sure. Your knees never want to go beyond your toes. You never, ever want to do that. That's bad on your knee. So your feet are as wide as is comfortable for you. For me, it's the wider the better. Your butt sticks out. I need. Ah. So it's hard to see, I know. Your butt sticks out though, as far as possible. And then we come down. We're holding onto the chair. And then we come up, straight up. And then we come down, holding onto the chair. And then we come up. So we're going to do this for 1 minute. 1 minute. So pace yourself. Go slowly. I recommend going very slowly. Okay, here we go. 1 minute. So hanging onto the chair, coming down. Hanging onto the chair, coming up. Coming down. Stick your butt out. Make sure your knees do not go beyond your toes. And then coming up. If you feel better about it, you can put a block here between your legs. And when you come down, you can sit on the block and then come back up. You can even put the block a little bit higher if you choose. And when you come down, sit on the block and come back up. But when you come back up, come up all the way. And when you come down, just come down as far as is comfortable for you. Come back up. And that was 1 minute. Very good, guys. You did that for 1 minute. So very good. So now we're going to do the progressive figure 4. So back to the mat. You'll want 2 blocks. Get this centered. There we go. You'll want 2 blocks, like I said. Now they can be thick blocks, they can be thinner blocks. That would be up to you. So we're on our back. In center pose, knees bent, feet flat. You can start on either side. I'm going to start on my right. Now, when you go to a figure 4 from this position, you want to make sure that you pull your knee back and then put it on your opposite leg. So go ahead. We're going to be here for 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Now, when you're in these positions, you can rock back and forth if you choose. You can wiggle your foot, flex and point, wiggle your toes, move your lower foot. Okay, there we are, 20 seconds. Now we're going to put the block under our foot. And this is level 2, 20 seconds. Now, if you're like me and you had short arms, you couldn't reach your knee before, you can gently push your knee away. You can still rotate your ankle if you choose. Flex your foot. Rock back and forth just a little bit. You don't want to come off the block. And that's 20 seconds. Now we do the second block. I have to come down for this. So if at any level you don't feel comfortable doing it or it causes you pain, just go down a level and stay at that level. Now I'm pulling my knee back before I rest it on my opposite leg. 20 seconds. Again, options. I'm beginning to feel the stretch. All right. Okay. Now this next one, you're going to want to put your feet behind your leg. Now, you can use a strap if you choose, or if you can't do this one, stay at whatever level you are. So another 20 seconds. And actually, we move the blocks away. So here we are. Now we've got both feet free. We can do whatever we want with our feet. Feel my ankles cracking. Okay. And that was 20 seconds. Now comes the most extreme. And again, if you can't do it, that's okay. Stay at whatever level you're comfortable at. And this is holding on to your outside calf. I feel like a pretzel, yes. And in this case, I like to rock back and forth. But that's just me. Again, you can use a strap. That's 20 seconds. You can use a strap for any one of those. We're going to go to the other side. And again, I stress, you don't need to do all the movements, just go up to the level that you can do and stay there. So we're going to start with level 1. We're doing this on the left. Hold the knee back and across in 20 seconds. Now, if you want to do this at home, you can do it for longer. I'm doing it for 20 seconds, really just to demonstrate. So you have options. You can, if you can reach your knee, you want to gently push it away, rotate your ankle, etc. Okay, now we go with one block in 20 seconds. So options, be gentle when you're pushing on your knee, very gentle. You can rotate your ankle, you can flex your feet, play with your toes, wiggle your toes. Okay, now second block. Now I have to come down for this. So foot on the block, hold the knee back, and there we go. So 20 seconds. Here we go. Okay, now we're done with the blocks. The next one is holding behind your thigh. And again, go ahead, feel free to use a strap. I like to rock when I'm in this position. And that's 20 seconds. And the last one. Holding on to the calf in front. Okay. There you go. That's the figure 4 progressive with blocks. It's a really good hip opener. So while we're here, let's just do some more windshield wipers. And you might compare how you feel doing these windshield wipers now that we've done some hip work. Do they feel any different? Do you notice any more flexibility or ease of movement now that we've worked our hips a little? I do. I wasn't real tight before, but now it's like loosey goosey. Okay. We're almost done, but before we go, we need to do our core work. I like to put this into every class because it is so important. So go ahead and extend your legs. We're going to do a leg hover for 30 seconds, just 30 seconds. And you only need to come up a few inches like that. And I haven't timed yet, so don't start. I set my timer. We want to make sure we get just 30 seconds, no more. Okay, so here we go, 30 seconds. Just a few inches up. Hold it in. This is really good for core, believe it or not. Very good. So 14 seconds to go. We're halfway through. Doing good. All right, less than 10. Here we go. You're going to make it. And drop. All right. Did you make the whole 30 seconds? Good deal. Good deal. Okay, well, that's it for today. Let's go ahead and get ready for Yoga Nidra. 61 point guided Yoga Nidra meditation. Works deeply on your nervous system. So make sure you're comfortable. Make sure you're warm enough or cool enough, as the case may be. Maybe even wrap up in a blanket. Put something over your eyes. I will guide you to move your attention through internal points as I mention them. Allow your awareness to flow to these points without moving any part of your body. Begin with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Observe your abdomen as it rises and falls with the gentle flow of your breath. Now bring your awareness to the center of your eyebrows, the center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, left wrist, thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This concludes the 61-point guided Nidra yoga meditation. Begin to wiggle and stretch. Stretch your arms out above your head. Stretch your legs out if they're bent. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Stretch one side and then the other, and then both. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. First one way and then the other. Now bring your right knee up to your chest and hold it. Say thank you, knee, for everything you do. Straighten that leg out. Bring your left knee up to your chest and hold it. Thank you, knee. I appreciate you. And straighten that leg out. Now bring both knees up and hold them, and slowly and gently rock back and forth, feeling that massage on your lower back, your back organs. This actually detoxifies them. And when you're ready, you can roll over towards the camera using your lower arm as support for your head. We're going to take our gratitude minute here. Just take a minute. Be grateful to yourself that you did something for yourself today by moving with us. And I'm grateful to you for moving with me. And just rest. Pat yourself on the back figuratively for showing up. Now, if you want to come on up to sitting, I'm going to remove my spotlight. You might want to unmute yourself. Hands to your heart. I want to thank you for joining me today. And as you go through your day today, may you find joy, peace, and happiness. And let's end the class by saying to each other, namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy.
Thank you.
Kathy. Bye-bye.
Made it, Parvin.